But earlier this morning, someone came out, and when I say somebody, I mean this is somebody who's completely... They had 60 followers, from what I could tell, when they came out with their allegations against James Charles. Now, James Charles has been accused... I don't want to say a lot, because I don't actually know if he's been accused a lot of times, but of the times that he has been accused, it's been a pretty major story. And for the most part, the accusations made against him, from what I've seen, have all been false. Unless there's something... Now, Ethan has a much different interpretation of events, and I would like to question him on that, because if there's legit stuff against James Charles, I'll be the first to talk about it. But it's got to be legitimate, you know what I mean? Like, when you cover a story... and you just falsely accuse somebody, it kind of ruins any chance you ever have of being credible ever again. If you want to come out and say, like, hey, I don't like this person, alright? That's one thing. Calling them a pedophile, it's like a much different thing, you know what I mean? So listen, let's take a look at the accusations right here.
Okay, so trigger warning. I will be talking about grooming.
Trigger warning, and we'll read his response right after this, don't worry.
And James Charles. So if you get triggered by any of those, keep scrolling, but if not, watch this video, please. So last Wednesday on the 17th, James Charles snapped me on Snapchat. He added me back because I had snapped him a while ago, just like a fan to influencer conversation.
Alright, this was back, what did he say, Wednesday, the 17th? It was a fan to influencer thing. He added him randomly as a fan. Suddenly, James Charles adds him right back.
I was excited because he's my biggest influencer-wise, and I've always looked up to him, so I was excited to get his message back. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm gonna post proof of it right now. This is the
Alright, there's James Charles.
Notification that I got when he Snapchatted me first. And just for further proof, he deleted the chat. I don't know what he deleted, but that's me opening his Snapchat. I went into the bathroom, and I guess he saw the bathroom light, so he started making the conversation very sexual, and it made me really uncomfortable. And I'll post some of the stuff that he sent me now. You can't see it because it's blurry, because
Oh fuck, is this censored? I think it is. I think it is. Hold on. Let me make sure it's censored.
I took it on my iPad because I didn't want him to see that I screenshotted it, but I'll post it right now. He perceived...
Okay, it's not even anything sexual.
Like with Max, James is annoying, but innocent.
True.
Post it right now.
Send me a vid where you, like, put your phone down in the shower, record it hands-free, you flexing, showing off your muscles and hair. And then I can't read... Oh, wait, he has a caption here. I'll bet you can make me finish by just flexing and showing up. Okay, so it is... the captions are sexual. The pictures aren't. That's all I care about. As long as I don't get taken off YouTube.
He proceeded to send me explicit pictures of his body.
Okay. Okay, alright. Well, that was censored, so thank you. I'm pretty sure all of these are, but I didn't double check, alright? Let's be clear here. So, he adds Charles as a fan. Charles adds him back. Okay. And immediately the conversation goes sexual. This person is 16 years old, so right off the bat, we have a pretty bad case being painted here. Let's continue.
So this is part 2 of the James Charles story. So after sending me that first picture of his body, explicitly, he sent me multiple after that, and I'll post them now. I was getting really uncomfortable, so I told him my age. I told him I'm 16. Meanwhile, he's...
So he was getting uncomfortable, then he said, hey, by the way, I'm 16.
21. He's a grown man. And then he proceeds to say, oh, but I didn't get to see the... Yeah, meaning my body. And after telling him...
So he says, hey, I'm 16. According to him, James Charles then says, yeah. Hold on now, buddy. By the way, this is untrue. Just throwing it out there.
I'm like, no, like, I'm not gonna send it to you. He kept on asking for pictures and videos of body hair and me flexing and stuff. He proceeded to ask to FaceTime me, which I then said no to, and then I asked why. And this is what he said.
What did he say? Just watch... I can't read that. It's something sexual. Yeah, body hair. What the fuck?
To say that I can't even look up my biggest influence the same again. I've heard multiple stories about him doing this to people, but you never believe it until it happens to you. So now I'm a big believer of what James Charles does to other people, and it sucks because he has so much going for him, and he does this to himself. All I ask from TikTok is to try to boost this video as much.
Okay, then he shows off the allegation right there. So the allegation is that he, as a fan, adds James Charles on Snapchat. Charles adds him back. Instantly, the conversation is sexual. He's like, whoa, bro, I'm 16. Charles is like, nah, buddy, I don't give a fuck. That's his story. He writes here, I'm trying to post proof, but it's saying my tweets aren't sending. Give a couple minutes for everyone saying it's from Google. I have me opening them in real time. I'm not lying. I had to screen record it from my notes because it wasn't on here. Here's me in real time opening a snap. Just watch you show off and look hot as fuck. So there he is opening them in real time. There you go. So that's his statement. Now we have Charles, who responds pretty much instantly. So I'm going to move my webcam down here. We're going to take a look at this response. Trigger warning. Grooming and pedophilia. There's a video going around about me on TikTok and Twitter of a guy calling me a groomer, and I want to address it right away. The accusation that I have groomed this person is completely false. Last week, I came across someone on my Instagram Explore page, saw he followed me, and added him on Snapchat. The next morning, I woke up to several snaps from this person. Being excited, I added him back, saying he loved me, and he also lewd pictures of himself in the shower. I asked how old he was right away. He told me he was 18, so I started flirting back. In the excitement of meeting someone I thought could be potentially great, I didn't ask for a copy of his ID or passport. It's now clear, based on the video he uploaded, he was taking photos of me with another device and had an ulterior motive from the beginning. Later in the day, he said a few things that made me question the validity of his original age answer, and when I asked him to confirm his age once again, he admitted he was 16. I told him I was really uncomfortable and apologized for flirting, but he insisted on continuing talking, saying it could be our little secret. He's a fan of mine and would never tell anyone. I told him I wasn't okay with this. He started getting upset, and at this point, I unfriended him. We haven't spoken since. I'm not victim blaming him or victimizing myself either, simply sharing what happened, and what happened was not okay. After false allegations like this in the past, I would never knowingly engage with anyone underage and put my life on the line for a few Snapchats. Because of situations like this, instead of taking someone's word for it, I will now ask to see the ID or passport of every guy I have a conversation with. Okay, there we go. This is probably the fastest I've ever seen a YouTuber respond to an allegation of this nature. And from what he's saying, he asked immediately. I asked how old he was right away. He told me he was 18. Later on, he admitted he was 16. All right? Very contradictory to the original story right here. So, it's one thing to not like James Charles. You can not like him for any reason you want. But to falsely accuse him of a crime, that is nuclear. And what YouTuber, especially given how many people have been falsely accused of crimes in the past, what YouTuber would be dumb enough to immediately jump on accusations without waiting for an extra side of the story, waiting for more context? And what YouTuber would possibly be stupid enough to just go in balls deep like, oh yeah, somebody got accused, let's go? Well, it's your boy, Ethan Klein, the Kleinster over here. So can creators and celebrities stop sexually assaulting people? What the fuck is going on? It's every goddamn day some new horrific thing is uncovered. Oh, but Augie, he could be talking about anything. Anything could be what he's referencing right here. It could literally be anything, right? Well, considering that this is the only story going on today of a YouTuber grooming a fan, and considering it's got 30,000 likes, considering it's trending on Twitter, and, well, more importantly, considering Ethan Klein literally just retweeted it right before saying that, I think it's pretty obvious what specific story Mr. Klein is talking about here. Well, is that not enough to convince you? Here's a tweet he instantly deleted. Jesus Christ, James Charles is such a creep. He has done this so many times at this point. Now, forget for a minute that he's immediately jumping on allegations. Forget that for a second here. What the fuck does that second point mean? He has done this so many times at this point? What are you talking about? Bro, please elaborate there, because I would love to see it, genuinely. If one of the biggest YouTubers is a complete degenerate, prying on people, engaging in all kinds of weird fucked up shit, I'd like to know about it. I'd like to know about that. A little bit of a citation would be, that'd be kind of awesome. That'd be kind of cool. But of course, that's not provided here. I don't know if this is some insider LA YouTube knowledge that he just blurted out there. Guys, chat, does any of you guys know what the fuck he's talking about? Because I don't know. What do you mean he's done this so many times at this point? Huh? I feel like if one of the biggest YouTube, not the biggest obviously, but I feel like if one of the biggest YouTubers was well known for prowling around like this, that would be more of a well-known fact. Chat says they got no clue. I'm just assuming he's talking about the past false allegations as truth. I guess. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'd like a little bit of a clarification on that one. But of course, you know, we're never going to get that. This tweet was immediately deleted and replaced with a much more vague tweet talking about how YouTubers are creeps in general, which, you know, under any other circumstance, yeah, I'd agree with you. But you're talking about a situation that you have not done, like, any research on immediately. You guys got to be careful with this shit, right? Because it's so easy to just be like, oh, this person got accused we don't like? Fuck them, dude. Yeah, they did it, you know? But, I mean, you should know by now, you know, the door that opens, all right? Let's be a little bit careful here. That's why going forward, if you notice, like, how I covered, like, the Leafy's here allegation, which I almost struggle to call an allegation because it's just completely it's just literally one girl saying, this person did this, blah, blah, blah. I almost struggle to call that an allegation, but even when I covered that, and I only covered it because I knew other YouTubers were covered as well, and I wanted to make sure they wouldn't fuck it up royally, so I want to be there, I want to be one of the first people to talk about it. You gotta be careful with this shit, man. You literally, like, hold the brakes. Hold the brakes, dude. I keep saying, like, I divide YouTube into two different classes, right? It's post-Slazo and pre-Slazo, all right? I felt like in a post-Slazo world, we were a little bit generally more careful about shit. I mean, say what you will about the Pyro thing, but even when the Pyro story first broke out, everybody was like, we're gonna walk on eggshells on this. And that's, of course, the correct course of action, right? When something just breaks, you're like, okay, hold on. Not saying it's false, but, like, let's just chill for a second. Hold on. Let's wait. Because this is going to look really bad in a few hours, a few days, a few weeks, a few months, hell, even a few years. Ask Zaptai that question. All right? Or rather, ask Alex that question, because he's the one who, you know, did the false accusing in that situation. Wow. Nick writes here, pretty gung-ho off the bat here, I'd say, as the story gets a little bit more interesting. Okay, listen up, all right? While this was all going down, your boy Mr. Klein was live streaming. The best time he could have picked a live stream. While he immediately jumps on an accusation that he's done no research on, and it's debunked live on the air. Mr. Klein was live. Now, give me a second here while I try my best to tune back the clock a little bit so we can catch his reaction to it. I'm curious.
If you're in school, just know it's the fucking worst. Like, it's almost like prison. You get out and you cannot believe the freedom you have.
Yeah. Right.
You can't believe it. You're no longer obligated to the...
Alright, give me a second to scroll through this.
That was my problem with...
For what? And then when you start getting into AP classes...
I hated school.
So...
With some class school.
I really, truly think that the amount of homework and all this shit...
Okay, here we go.
He already put this out. Damn, he's scared as shit, bruh. There's a
Scared as shit. Whoa, now.
video going around about me on TikTok.
By the way, remember, the reason why Klein is such a stick up his ass for James Charles is because James Charles probably stole his sweater design last year. Do you guys remember that drama? That's why, that's why Klein's mad. Because, you know, James Charles stole his sweater. Oops. Guess he's a pedophile now.
Talking Twitter of a guy calling me a G word, not gonna say it. Let's say...
Groomer.
When you have good personal hygiene, what is it called?
Yeah.
When you have good personal hygiene...
He's
when
so
you
unfunny.
take your dog to get their hair cut, what is it called? Right, exactly. G word. And I want to address it right away. The accusations is completely false. Last week I came across someone on my Insta Explore page, saw he followed me and added him on Snapchat. First of all, already you fucked up.
Why did you do that?
You literally are doing this all the time.
Yeah.
I'm out. You can't do that. Disgusting.
Sister snatched.
The next morning I woke up to several snaps from this person being...
Okay, you can criticize the optics on that, the optics of adding a random fan on Snapchat, or even just the optics of being a giant YouTuber and using Snapchat, alright? You can say, like, are you retarded? Snapchat's where everyone gets accused. Why are you on there? That doesn't mean the accusations made against somebody are their fault, alright? You can say, like, hey, look, you probably shouldn't be on Snapchat because it's like stepping on a minefield, alright? But that's not his fault that it's a minefield, so.
Excited, I added him, saying he loved me, and also he sent lewd photos of himself in the shower. I asked how old he was right away, and he told me he was 18, so I started flirting back. In the excitement of meeting someone.
Why did Ethan get so quiet there for a second? Hold on, let me move my webcam so you can just see his face here. Why did Ethan get so quiet when he read that part? Is he like, oh shit, dude, he asked for the age. Fuck.
I thought it would be potentially great. I didn't ask for a copy of his ID. Now it's clear. So, okay, first of all, back up. Okay, I'll keep reading. I'm going to keep reading. Now it's clear based on the video he uploaded, he was taking photos of me with another device and had an ulterior motive. I'm sorry, you're the one that followed him, dipshit. So how are you going to accuse him of having an ulterior motive when you literally did the action of following him?
Wait, ulterior motive? He's the one who added him in the first place. Wait, what? Hold on. Wait a minute, what do you mean ulterior motive? He literally has a device ready to record the conversation. He openly lies about his age immediately. Like, wait, hold on. Am I jumping the gun on this? Wait a minute.
Wow. What is he just sitting there waiting for James Charles to follow him randomly? Like, dude, you're a huge celebrity. There's a billion people out there. You just, yeah. Fuck this guy, dude.
He's really mad about that sweater.
Ulterior motives. Later in the day, he said a few things that made me question the validity of his age. And when I asked him to confirm his age once again, he admitted to being 16. So right now he's admitting to exchanging nudes with a 16-year-old.
Whoa, dude! Wait a minute! That he thought was 18 because he asked, and the kid said he was 18. The context makes it completely different than knowingly sending nudes to a 16-year-old. Whoa, dude! Holy shit! Wait a minute, hold on. Okay, I was in a group chat with people earlier talking about the situation, right? And one of the people in that chat was Connor, right? Connor made a joke. He was like, haha, look, he admitted to sending shit to a minor. Just kidding. And I was like, yeah, that's a fuck thing to say. And then I think somebody else in the chat was like, what if Ethan unironically uses that as a point against him? It's like they predicted the fucking future. Actually, you want to talk about who predicted the future? Bo Blacks was the first person to say, as soon as the allegation came out, before James Charles even responded, saying, hey, watch, Ethan's going to use this on his podcast, and it's going to blow up on him live. And sure enough, just a few hours later, Bo Blacks' prediction came true. So, spot on. Connor Bo Blacks, got to shout them both out here. They predicted it, all right? They predicted everything that was going to happen.
Again, it is not the 16-year-old.
Yes, he said flirting back. So.
No, he said lewds, sharing lewds, flirting back. The guy showed that he sent him those photos. So right away, he's admitting that he committed a crime.
But he knew, or no, he asked. He asked, how old are you? Whoa, how old are you? Oh, you're 18? Okay, well, we can continue. And again, you can criticize him, right? You can criticize him and be like, okay, you shouldn't have just taken him for his word, right? That's like some pro-Jared memes or whatever, right? Which is fair, all right? But it's still the fault of the accuser for lying about his age.
It's not that kid's responsibility for you to know his age. It's you. That's why you don't do these things. He's right here admitting to committing a crime. Right here. Committed a crime.
Ethan is right about one thing, all right? This is why you don't engage in these conversations with random fans on Snapchat. He's right about that, all right? For the optics reason. Now, James Charles knowingly committing a crime just on purpose? Yeah, I don't know about that one, buddy. That's a bit of a stretch.
Changes photos with a 16-year-old. Done.
Thing is that these allegations already came about James. You would think he would learn a thing or two.
A bunch of times.
Yeah, a bunch of times.
Like, if this was the first time it happened.
Wait, what are the allegations? That's what I still want to know. The guy responded? Did he now? For those who don't believe the age thing, this was me messaging my best friend, who I told at the time about it. He was asking me to send him pictures of my body right after me telling him I'm 16. Hope this clears things up. Let's see. This is him talking to, I guess, his best friend. What the fuck? That color is so pretty. OMG, that's your car. Skirt, skirt. Then he sends audio.
So one of my Snapchat videos want to send. So basically what I said like an hour ago was that I get what you're saying. It makes sense. I'm not going to make any big steps yet. I'm just going to kind of wait it out to see what goes on from here. Even though he already did it. If he asks for something again, then that's when I'll consider it. But if not, then... But he still did it, like that's the only problem. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. It's hard to wrap your head around. Yeah, I'll see, because he's talking about wishing I was of age so he could date me. So his response, he said Charles sent pictures after telling me, after me telling him I'm 16, and his proof of this is talking to a friend about it. By the way, this best friend, they don't talk very much, I guess. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Look at these time dates. We'll just have to talk about it more. Yeah, I get it. It's hard to wrap your head around it, you know? Yeah, I'll see, because now he's talking about wishing I was of age so he could date me. And then the next day, this is sent 12 hours later, the person sends a vomit emoji, says, please stop messaging him. I don't know if that's proof. Okay. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Let's go back to Ethan here. That's his response. To be fair, that is his response. Unfortunately, I don't really believe it. The difference is that, you know, Ethan here is jumping on the story instantly, right? Like, he's jumping out. He's like, James Charles guilty. Blah, here it is. Here it is. Then James Charles responds, and he's like, well, he sent nudes to a minor, though. Somebody he thought was 18, though. Look at what Boblox quote tweeted. Oh, he responded. Okay, there's more responses. James, we both know I blocked you. You never asked for my age. After I told you I was 16, you proceeded to ask me for nudes and said it didn't matter. You called me hot and said I wish the timeline could speed up so you could be 18. He then sends another screenshot. This is something he's already showed before in the original video, which doesn't really add to... What does this prove other than the fact that they added each other? Which is something James already admitted. Where are the DMs? Now, it's on Snapchat, so doesn't Snapchat, like, delete DMs? I mean, this is not proof. Yeah, I'm asking for the evidence right now. That's the proof that he blocked him? Oh, it's a list of blocked accounts. Well, wait, if James is saying he blocked him first, and then this guy's like, oh, well, you're on my blocked list, what if he blocked him after? Like, it proves that he blocked him. He could have just done that right now. Like, as soon as James Charles responded, couldn't he have just gone onto his phone, just hit block, and then, like, screenshot this and be like, actually, I blocked you first, and my proof is that you're on my blocked list. That doesn't prove when the blocks took place. It just proves that you did block him at some point in time. The kid literally has nothing. That's what it looks like, but I want to be absolutely fair here. It looks like he has nothing. I'm checking Diorio. Separating this from the allegation, Ethan is on stream claiming that even if this was true, James is a predator for vetting the kid's age and being lied to. He made tweets claiming James is a repeat offender and something about sexual assault. My point is, regardless of the actual situation at the end of the day, this is not only uncharitable, but pretty damaging. At best, Ethan is slandering someone as usual. At worst, he just Tony James on stream and refused to back down. The kid has responded to James Charles. He has made a similar, if not identical, claim in the video. No new screenshots visible yet. It's important to not completely discount him because an internet persona you like makes tweets, but at this moment, it's very he said, she said. Chat, like, all he shows is that he blocked him. It doesn't show when he did. It doesn't show who blocked him first. And even still, it doesn't even, like, show the DMs where... Because, wait a minute, hold on. This kid was recording everything. Every time James sent a lewd or nude or anything like that, he was recording it. So if James, like, if he says, hey, James, I'm 16, and James is like, actually, that doesn't matter, I'm still gonna show you my cock, why wouldn't he record that too? And then present that, right? Like, if he's recording everything, how would he not have that? And why would he not present that now? Now, that doesn't mean that he's instantly a liar, but if he is recording everything from the start, if he had his iPad ready to go to snap everything, why wouldn't he snap the DMs? The crucial part right there. That's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me. Look, I'm just thinking outside the box right now. Not that that instantly disproves him, but I find that very hard to believe. Chat, please be honest with me. How long do Snapchat DMs last? 24 hours? So he had 24 hours to screenshot and archive and document this crucial ass DM, and he didn't? Let's go back to Klein.
Already happened. So
He continues. Told him I was really uncomfortable and apologized for flirting, but he insisted on continually talking, saying it could be our little secret. He's a fan of mine and would never tell anyone. I told him I wasn't okay with this. He started getting upset, and at this point I unfriended him. We haven't spoken since. I'm not victim blaming or victimizing myself either, simply sharing what happened. Okay, good. You've committed a crime. You would just admit it. And what happened was not okay. After false allegations like this, it's not a false allegation. You literally just admit to committing a crime. After false allegations like this in the past, I would never knowingly engage with anyone underage. Knowingly? I mean, what the fuck, bro?
What do you mean knowingly?
What do you mean knowingly? What do you mean knowingly? That's not an excuse, bro.
He admitted he didn't ask for an ID or anything, so what do you mean knowingly?
Yeah. I would never knowingly engage.
Dude, this is like, they got caught with their pants down, and they're trying so hard to pull this back together, but he's still in it, right? Please, like, why can't they just man up and be like, look, I jumped the gun a little bit, alright? I don't like this guy. It's very obvious I don't like this guy. But I jumped the gun. Let me hold back. Let me pull back a little bit. What I did was irresponsible. Why can you just say that? Like, this is the most obvious case where you, like, say something nuclear, immediately regret it, but you can't just admit it. You can't just go and be like, okay, alright, look, I jumped it. What can I say? I apologize. Or maybe not even just apologize, because apologies are always fake and gay on the internet. But, like, why can't he just be like, okay, alright, you know what? Probably should have waited for this, you know, what are you gonna do about it? Like, you can't even just say something like that.
No, in the back of your mind, you're like, this guy might not. Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. You're a piece of shit, bro. Stop giving this guy a pass. Fuck you. He says, I would never knowing.
Again, what did he do? It can't be the sweater. The sweater cannot be the reason why Ethan, like, is convinced this guy's a predator. If Ethan knows something we don't, I think we should all know about that. I think that's relevant information to the topic. What does Ethan know that we don't? What are the multiple cases where this guy has done creepy and weird shit? That's what I want to know.
Engage with anyone underage and put my life online for a few Snapchats. Well, you did do that. Because of a situation like this, instead of taking someone's word for it, I will now ask to see the ID or password of every guy I have a conversation with. Fuck you.
So now you learned that?
I have to respond to this tweet.
Not now.
This
It's going to be really quick.
No, it's not.
Because I retweeted the original guys. Has James Charles blocked me yet? No.
He's about to.
Admitting to committing.
Is this tweet still up? Hold on. This is the one nice thing about deleting my main Twitter account, is that nobody really has blocked me on this account. Admitting to committing a crime, exchanging nudes with a 16-year-old, stop giving a pass to this predator! Whoa! Dude! Wait! Whoa! Whoa! That's like, he's even more nuclear after the response. Whoa! Wait a minute. Holy shit! That is, whew, interesting. It's kind of a mask off moment, yeah. Chat saying mask off. Okay then.
Crime. Thank you, Zach. Admitting to committing.
He's laughing. He's laughing while he's typing this out. He's like, you fucking predator, as he sits there and thumbs this one out.
I can't. Fuck.
I really don't like when you tweet on the show exactly because of that. Like,
admitting to committing a crime.
The Fresh Prince of Dead Air.
Exchanging nudes. People love this.
Can you not?
Hey, Twitter world, this is yours truly.
Dude, Gila's like, but nah. Even Gila knows, and Gila might be a scumbag for all I know. I haven't really paid attention to Gila when in the entire issue situation, but she's like on the verge. Like, she's like, maybe don't tweet. But she knows that there's no stopping this guy. There's absolutely no stopping this guy. Check Keem's Twitter. What's Keemstar saying? James Charles has now admitted to sexting 2 minors. What the fuck? 14 years old in July of 2020, 16 years old just today. In both cases, James says they lied about their age. It does not matter they lied. It's still an alleged crime both sides, according to state law. James could get arrested. Folks, he's not getting arrested. I don't know who needs to hear it. If Keem's talking strictly on a legal sense, he might be right. Maybe, question mark. I don't know. But from a moral sense, to say that it doesn't matter if they lied about the age, he's doing, you know, basic due diligence. He's like, look, give me your age before we continue. And if they lie, they should be burned at the stake. Obviously, metaphorically, I'm not saying literally, but you know what I mean? Like, they should, like, people should not be, like, looking at this as a situation where it's like, well, they lied, you should have been more careful. No, they should be looking at this as a situation where it's like, they lied, they're scumbags, they're awful people if they did lie. That's what you should be looking at it as. You shouldn't be like, you know, if you're talking strictly legally, maybe you're right. But talking morally, you have to have, like, the take where it's like, look, they lied, that sucks. They're awful people. The only thing you can say is that as an influencer, you shouldn't be on Snapchat. You shouldn't be hitting up fans because of the optics alone. It's just a bad idea. Because you get yourself into situations like this. You can make an optical argument. You could maybe make a legal argument. But I'm sorry. I just don't look at this situation where it's like, what a scumbag, dude. They lied about their age to you? Ha, you piece of shit. Should have asked for ID. I mean, even he himself admits that. This is a nuclear-ass tweet, though, from Keemstar. Let me put it this way, alright? The thing that's sus on James's part, I would say probably right now, the most sus thing would probably be this kid talking to his friend on the Messages app. Let's see what's going on here. You're gonna text somebody, make sure you know their age. He added me on Insta. My Insta has my TikTok, which shows my age. That doesn't necessarily mean he clicked on the link, although I will say, perhaps you could say that's sus on his part, to be fair here. I was about to say before I get interrupted that I think the, right now, the most sus thing probably is this video right here. Although it's a little bit unclear, making out what he's talking about, the fact that he sent a message to his friend on Monday. When would this have been? I guess this Monday. Monday the 22nd. If this all took place on Wednesday, that's when they started talking. And then on Monday, he sent his friend, he's like, yeah, if he sends me shit after I've already revealed my age one more time, you know, that's weird or whatever. That's probably the most sus thing on James's part. But again, if this guy had ulterior motives, he would record this to have an alibi later on. But now we're getting to like all kinds of like 4D, 5D chess, like who's making the moves or not. Right now, if it's he said, she said, I think James is in the clear. What is the most important part of this entire situation is that nobody jumped the gun immediately. And that's exactly what H3 did. And the fact that when H3 jumps the gun, his response is, well, he admitted to sending pics to the minor and he to a 16-year-old. It's like, well, but he asked the age, and the kid said he was 18. If you want to criticize him for being careless, that's one thing, but that's a completely different accusation to criticizing him for being a literal predator, which is what H3 said in the past and has continued to stand by. And that's nuclear. That's literally a nuclear take. Like, what the fuck, dog? How could you have that take with this information being presented? All the information being presented right now, you cannot possibly come to that take definitively. You know, perhaps the way you could have handled this, if you don't like James, you could have looked at this situation and been like, man, if this is true, this is fucked, or something like that. Even still, though, like, jumping on allegations like that and being like, ooh, look at this, you know, like, I feel like that's a little bit of a interesting thing to jump on immediately. I don't know. Yeah, if that was Ethan's message, if that was Ethan just like, stop sexting fans, guys, you're gonna get fucked. I would literally agree with Ethan. I would be like, you know what? You're preaching facts for now. Instead, Ethan's like, you're a predator. Because the other person lied about their age. And that's what makes you a predator. Somehow. I guess. I don't know.